and welcome back. This is chapter 10 of our Let's Play Eastshade. So, we've actually been given a formula to make a reed boat, or like the thingy for it, but unfortunately we honestly don't have enough reeds to make the reed boat, which is a bit of a problem. And I've tried to get off the island by using a normal, like the floating thingy that I had. And last time I tried that, it did not go too well. So I'm going to give it another go, because I do want to get to the other side of the river, basically. That's kind of where I want to go. What is that? Oh, no, we've already looked at that. So I need to try to make my boat, like my floating device. Like, you know what? I'll just get on it where I left mine and then try to float around the island, I guess. Because we want to get to the other side, and I don't have enough reeds to make the boat, and I'm not sure if I should have collected all of the reeds before I came here or not. I mean, there's a perfectly serviceable boat here. I do not know why I can't use this boat.
Best wishes, and sorry for accusing you of taking my translation book. I'm sure you understand.
Good luck with everything, buddy. We'll mount this one, and I guess we'll try to paddle along this way, and then kind of, actually no, we need to paddle along this way. This is going to take a long while, but honestly, as I said, there are some things in this game that is just not ideal, and the reeds thing is definitely one of them. Like, if you were going to be given the formula for the reed boat on this island, and obviously you had no idea that you were about to get the formula for the reed boat, then it would have been helpful to be able to say, gather all the reeds from the island, so that you can kind of make this boat trip. But, you know, the game isn't perfect. And it's fine, but I do want to get to the bluffs, and I think if I go into like the beach sort of area, I should be able to dock there, or at least like get off this boat without drowning. Not that I think you can drown, because it just literally says you can't get off the boat at this point, whatever it is, so it should be okay. Despite all the problems, I still do like this game, and I think I'm a little bit insane for liking it, but the uniqueness of it is quite attractive. The one thing I will definitely say, oh, these are the fishies. I think the Big Pops, or whatever his name is a part of this group of fishes here, but we'll worry about that later. Perhaps when I have a reed boat, and I've caught more of the other fishes. Oh wait, no, I think that's Big Pops. Look at it. It's freaking humongous. That has got to be Big Pops. Oh my god, it's humongous. I think it is actually capable of like eating me. But that is the fish I have to catch for a quest, so that's a bit scary. Can I get off the boat here? Yes, I can. And I'll pack that away. I'll gather some reeds now, and hopefully I'll be able to make my reed boat eventually. Okay, so that's a lot of reeds, so that will help me along a fair bit. Volume for the game is super loud for me at the moment. Let me just turn that down a bit. Yeah, okay. I know the sound quality hasn't been amazing of late, and that's mostly because I've been using my headphones. I'm using my normal mic today, but with the noise cancellation and all that dramas, I was a little bit being lazy. I was being lazy. I'm okay to admit that I have, you know, my moments of being absolute lazy little shit, but hey. Okay, what have we got? We need to do some things at the bluff. There's like something, a painting I have to do for my mother at the bluff. What the hell is that? Looks like a pyramid. TM's obelisk. Hello?
Yes. Yes, I see.
You see what? Oh,
I can see all. And at the moment, I see you. I see everything about you.
Good for you. Really?
I see you have vast untapped potential, which you have not yet fully utilized.
Okay. Tell me more.
I see doubt. You sometimes question if you've chosen the right path.
Oh, come on. That is, you can say that about anyone in the world.
I see you are hindered by restrictions others may impose on you.
Not really.
And I can see you are of your own mind. You do not blindly follow. Yes, I think you are just the one I need. Tell me, have you heard of the Roots?
Oh, these are the other people. Yes.
They are a group with lazy tendencies and hedonic inclinations. The holy tea is sacred and should only be used for sacrifice to her divinity.
Right.
The use of teas by mortals is loathsome. We Shez understand that dream teas were created by Tiam for use by her alone. The tea must be offered only to Tiam.
I kind of really want to say TM sounds made up. But I have a feeling that this lady might actually like kill me. But I really like her dress. Michael did tell me that it is similar to the Norwegian traditional dress. The bunda or something like that. Okay, I'm probably getting that wrong. I did look some up, but there was none I could actually really buy that wasn't like stupidly priced. If I ever end up going to Norway, I would totally buy one. I bought a kimono when I was in Japan. I bought a winter kimono, and I've also bought a yukata. They're quite lovely. I wear them more as like dressing gowns around the house. It's complete waste, but whatever. It's fine. I like it. Probably complete disrespect, but yay. Anyway, there's plenty of tea to go around.
I see that you are confused, but you'll understand in time.
Well,
The sinful use of dream tea must be stopped. The tea must be grown for Tiam, or not at all. But the Roots members recognize us well. We need you. Will you accept this command from Tiam?
Do I have to? Yeah, what exactly do you want?
You must take this vial of Tiam's antidote and splash it on the Roots tea vine. A single splash on a single leaf will do. You must first gain access to their ranks if you haven't already. It may be hard, but Tiam is with you.
So, I'm just a painter, and you want me to go and like do spy stuff and sabotage things. What will the Internet do?
You needn't ask, for it is a command of Tiam. She delivered it to me directly. It is not our place to question her.
Okay, I'm not a big deal. I do not believe in anyone really hindering the freedom of other people, unless obviously it's a breach of like social contract. So in order for society to exist together as a group, there has to be some rules that must be obeyed, such as like no stealing or no, murdering and things like that. And once those sort of contracts are breached, then obviously, as laws, as we know them as laws, then obviously action needs to be taken to prevent such breaches or to punish those that do breach those rules. And that's kind of where laws, police and military and all of those things come in. And that's fine. That is a necessity for society to exist as it is and for humans to live together as social creatures. However, I do not believe that there should be such thing as religious oppression. I don't believe that there should be any breaches or oppression of freedom of speech. And as such, I do not believe that some people that are harmless drinking some freaking tea and having some really epic dreams that all of a sudden turns a game into a first-person freaking platformer should be allowed to exist if they want to exist. I don't think that there should be at any point where a religion should come into and say, no, we decided that the tea is only for us and you cannot have any, and therefore we're just going to sabotage it all. I think that's bullshit, so I'm not going to be doing that.
We all lose our path sometimes. We must open our minds and our hearts to TM. She will guide us back to the light. Praise TM.
I mean, look, I have my beliefs about the world and people and everything, and I do what, and I think it's fine as long as I don't impose those beliefs on other people. I'm not a big believer of God. I believe an entity that is greater than me probably exists. I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to be going around and telling every person who's like majorly spiritual and religious that they're completely wrong and they need to do what I want them to do or what I want them to believe. That is just wrong. I just can't do that, and I don't like it when people do it to me. I hate it when I have evangelists turn up, when I used to live in a house, they used to turn up at my house and be like, do you believe in, have you heard the good news? Do you believe in God? And it's like, it's my house, my rules. Please go away and let me have my freedom. I mean, I don't go around to churches and tell them that God doesn't exist or whatever. Well, for one, I actually do believe that God exists. It's not sure about organized religion. But those are my beliefs. And I believe that my beliefs should be respected just as much as other beliefs should be respected. Oh, we found the Tiffmoor ruins. Are we allowed to be in here? I thought there was like relics and stuff in here. Oh, well, never mind this canvas. I mean, there's fabric, which I can make canvases with. Okay. There's like a tower over there. Oh my god, frame rate. Please, for the love of God, would you settle down? Oh, there's a windmill. I'm supposed to paint a windmill. See, this is one of the things that annoys me the most. The stuttering of the screen. Despite my movement being set so low, and my mouse sensitivity is set super low. Everything's set low to make sure that the game doesn't struggle so much, but it still does, and I am finding that mildly frustrating. But that's okay. Okay, can I make what do I need to make a reed boat? Twine. Okay, one more twine. So I can make a reed boat, and the reed boat does not actually require any fabrics. So, alright, I'm just going to make a few more canvases and paint. Paint a lovely picture of a windmill for the thingy I've got. What are they called? Commission. So I've got a landscape, natural arch in the composition. I don't know where a natural arch is. Gonna have to think of one. I also need to look for a cave, because there's supposed to be a cave I need to go into. And retrieve like a treasure box of some description. What's the other commissions? A starry cavern. Yeah, so I've got 2 more that I need to fulfill. For more glowstones that I don't really know what I'm going to spend the money on. Maybe I'll get a bicycle. I'm not sure. It's actually been a couple of days since I've played this game. I've actually been really, really unwell. I had a whole bunch of days where I kept going out to meet my family friends that came over from Italy. And because of that, I've not been doing well afterwards. Apparently I exhausted myself out. I was a bit stupid. I don't really know the limits of my energy levels at this stage. I just know it's pretty limited, but I didn't know how bad I guess my energy level was, or I still don't really know. So whilst I'm figuring all of that out, I'm gonna probably keep making mistakes and screwing myself over with days where I just can't get out of bed. But I did spend some great days watching a whole bunch of Korean dramas on Netflix and crying my eyes out, because that's what you do when you watch Korean dramas. They're very depressing sometimes. Okay. Now I discovered a new location, more inspiration. Fantastic. I do want to see if I can find a... I do need to find the caverns, as I said before. I also need to... what else do I need? I also need a bunch of other things, just can't remember right now. And I know there's all these like teas and stuff I could be using to like fast travel and all of that. I have not been doing any of that stuff. But I also need to look for hot springs, and I don't know where the hot springs are. Oh, natural arch! That's a natural arch. That's a natural arch, right? That's a natural arch. Is that gonna work? Oh wait, is that a landscape painting? Hang on. Maybe I need to get a little bit closer. I thought, isn't that a natural arch? Maybe they meant landscape as in like landscape lengthwise sort of thing? I don't know. But that is completely and utterly an arch. Don't lie to me, game. Paint over, yes please. Okay. Nope, that did not work. Fine, whatever. Oh, Mother's Memorial paintings. Oh, lovely. Okay, that's not what I intended, but that will do. No, cancel. Hang on. No, that's not it either. Hang on. What? Hang on. I'm confused now. Oh, the city thing is the last one. She wanted something from the bluffs. I think that's a nice painting, so I'll set it as that. That one. Mother's painting fulfilled. Lovely. Well, that will do for now. Well, I don't see a hot spring on this part of the island. So I'll catch the zip line back. Oh, it is pretty. It is very pretty. The thing is, when I looked into Eastshade, so as I said, the first time I came across the game was on a list, and I think it was like a list about games where you don't have to kill anyone, and it was like, you know, upcoming or it wasn't being released or something like that. And when I saw the game, I was like, I'm interested. And then I think it came up on my Steam queue, which is when I realized that the game was out, and I decided to buy it. I didn't even think about it, I just bought it. But I did try to look up some things about the game, like reviews and things like that, and I haven't found a lot, and I think that's kind of sad, because the game is so unique, and there's a very, like, there's a singular vision in the game. Like, it's, I don't know, I think the game is very charming. I'm not a game reviewer by any means of the imagination. So I don't know what all the good words to say about a game is. But despite the problems, I like being in this little world. And despite the graphics that very much reminds me of the 2000s, I like this world. Okay, I'm saying 2000s, it's more like 2010. I mean, it's not graphically amazing, but it's still quite pretty, and there's a lot of detail, and everything very much seems to be handmade. I don't think there's anything like any procedural generation of any sort in this game. And I don't know. I actually, as I said, I do want to look up the development history. But no. Yesterday I felt good, so I spent the entire day playing video games with a friend. Well, I was gonna play Anthem, but I've heard about Anthem crashing consoles. I don't know by the time when this video goes out that it would have been fixed. I hope it has. But this place is so colourful. But when I'm recording it, I think it's just I got the more updated news, and it seems to be just PS4s that's doing the actual console crashing, and the not the console crashing, the console bricking. But apparently even on the Xbox, the console crashes can happen, and I am not a huge fan of risking my console for one game, even though I do like playing it. And I know the game's not going anywhere, so I might wait some for a little bit until those big crash issues are fixed, at which point I will play the game. Okay, maybe this is the arch I need to paint. Yeah? Let's give it another go. That's a windmill picture. Paint over, yes. There we go, a natural arch. Done. Okay, I think I actually need to make more canvases. There we go. So that's a number of contracts, commissions done. I feel like I need to have like a more calm, relaxing voice to be talking when I'm playing this game. I feel that I have too much of a jarring voice, to be honest. I think this game needs like one of those people that have like AMSR sort of voices. That's like soft, and lovely. People like that should be talking when they're doing a let's play of this game. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those voices. My apologies. Instead, you get my jarring, a little bit nutter's voice instead. I have to say I have been enjoying all the comments when I listen to these videos. I know some of you have been enjoying it and listening to it. And it is something a little bit different to the games I usually play, which is a bit more traditional RPG, I would say. But I've been getting into indie games. I'm learning about their Glowy Cabin. Cabin with starlights. There we go. The Starry Cabin. Great. All of my commissions have been done. I am so good. Right, now we need to look for, I think it's a chest. I'm not sure if the chest is going to be in here or not. But we can look. Oh, this place is pretty. It is very pretty. Howling Caverns. And I also agree that I do like the soundscape in this game. Hot Spring discovered. Control, sit. empty vial. I filled the empty vial with water. Yay. That's 2 of them done. I still have 3 more hot springs to discover. Might actually have to Google it. I found that there are some people like on Steam that's done like some discussions and stuff. So, and I think there is actually a guide on this game out there somewhere. I just haven't really looked into it. I did Google, and that is one of the things that has come up in Google. Oh, there's a box. The name is Mediv. Oh, this place is wonderful. I really, really like this place. It's beautiful. And I really like the music. I really do like the music of this game. It is very charming. Oh, I just did a loop. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's have a look. I've been to there. I've been to there. Oh, we've actually kind of been everywhere, except for this little island here. And the Westerly Woods, I guess. And we can kind of make our way back that way, I guess. Only I have no sense of direction, so I actually don't know where that is. Oh, the Earth looks beautiful. I decided that's Earth. Okay? I don't care if it's another planet, it's Earth. That's what we're sticking with. Give me the reeds. Because I need to make more than one box. Gonna collect all of them. Oh wow, there's a lot of reeds here. Good. Reeds. Right, now. What other quests did I have? Right. I have to deal with the drummers. I have to catch the fish. I honestly don't want to do the Shaz quest. As I said, I just don't feel right doing it. I think it's going against my beliefs. And I know there's a lot of things I do in video games that goes against my beliefs just because it's a quest, but I don't really want to in this game. It's such a relaxing, calm game that I don't feel like that pressure to have to do a quest that I don't particularly believe in. That might be a little bit naive of me. Maybe I should do it to get the full experience. But I probably won't. I do like the crafting. It's not very robust crafting, but the crafting elements are definitely there, and they're actually not that bad. They're quite interesting. And I know there's a whole lot more things, as I said, that I could be crafting, like different teas and stuff for fast traveling and all that. But when have you known me to do anything that's like fast traveling or riding a horse or anything like that? Unless I'm playing Red Dead, then I do ride my horse. But generally I prefer to walk. It's a trait I have. Anyway, I've already been down here, haven't I? Yep, I've been there. I am lost again. God damn. Right. I need to maybe go around? I'm not sure. Go along the coastline a bit. That's the no, I need to go this way. That's the hotel where we solved the mystery. Yeah, I think we need to go around that way, yeah, for the swamp area. Well, hopefully we'll find another hot spring. I don't actually know. I also need to catch more of the blue fishies so that I can catch the yellow fish. I also don't know if there's going to be anything to do other than basically wander around and draw more pictures once the main quests are done, like all the quests are done. Maybe. I can also say that I probably will not be doing an analysis video on this game because I don't think the game's focus is narrative or oh wow, there's like a bridge that I could have just taken. Or the game's focus isn't really I don't think it lends well to analysis, if you will. There are some interesting elements to the game, certainly, especially the anamorphic nature of all the people, all the NPCs and stuff. The classic game thing of fulfilling the last wishes of a parent, and that being the start of a journey, and artists finding themselves. But overall, there isn't a great deal in terms of the narrative. I think the game has a very simple message. Oh god, I think it crashed. Well, the game did crash. And guess where we are? Better talking to people of shares. I'm gonna go and do everything that we did up to this point and continue the game. I will see you when I have done all those said things. Or maybe I'll discover new things. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna get rid of the last whole chunk I've done, but I will save more, I guess. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, so I've just had a look at the West Tower. Apparently it's called the West Tower. I was just going where my feet takes me instead of retracing my path exactly. I've done some of the things that I've already done, like painting the windmill and visiting the ruins. But I am also kind of straying into where the swamp area is instead now. And that's where I was originally planning to go when the crash happened. So I guess it kind of works out. So I'm just going to explore this area first. And then I'll go back to the other areas that I was at. And do the Starry Cabin and find that lost box as well. But for now, we're just going to explore this little area, which is, I think, from the map, this is Lindau. So we're actually, like, literally at the corner where we can cross over to Lindau if we wanted to. And since we have the flotation device and the boat, I guess we could, but I'm not going to at this point. Because I don't need to go back there at the moment. So I'm just going to explore to my heart's content. Which I think, honestly, what this game is really about. It's not a fast-paced game. It's not an action game, obviously. I think this game is like a reminder to stop and smell the roses, almost. There's no time limits on any of the quests. The quests seem to be all linked together, so generally you do need to, some of them you do need to complete one of them to be able to continue with another one, for example, we had to find the amulet, we had to do the mirror puzzles, solve the riddle, and paint the picture with the eye before we could actually move. Oh my goodness, how many? Oh wow, there's a farm here. Before we could actually move on to being able to muck about with get the potion to get the amulet, and then once we have the amulet, then we can get the password to be able to go into the dream tea place and so forth. So I think it's kind of all connected, and I kind of do like that.
Oh, the sunlight glitters brightly off the golden sandy shore, and the moonlight twinkles upon the waves till the sun comes out once more. Hey, you ever been to the sea?
I sailed it.
Ah, gosh, is that right? That's a dream of mine. My dad's cousin, Clara, is a magnificent captain of the seas, traveled north and south and all around. I'm going to study at the University of Nava and try to join the academy. I've been training for weeks.
It's a nice campus.
I've been there so many times, but I can't wait to live there, in the bustle of Nava with so many shops and people my age. My dad loves the farm, and I do too. But the sea, just thinking of it makes me want to sing forever. Maybe I could grow the company. Find a new port to export our crops? You never know. By the way, can I get you a tea? You must be parched. Let's see. I've got Bloomsack or Mountain Wort.
Mountain Wort, please.
Here you go.
I don't know what that does, but I'll take it. Do you want
Blue
anything
skies,
else?
green
Oh,
sea,
you're just going to sing at me.
rolling the sweet summer tide.
Not that I have a problem with that, but hey. Sorry, Dad. I will be back with you in a sec. The captain's memoir, Clara Stone. Everyone feared I would die on my expedition. I had some sense that this was possible, but no real notion of what death meant. It all felt a bit similar to me at the time. I could remain in Lindau feeling utterly drained and deprived of life, or explore the world and take the risk of capsizing or contracting an undocumented illness. It was not until I grew much older I learned the seas and met new eager youngsters that I finally began to understand the dangerous reality of my first mission. I can now see why everyone fretted at my departure. 2 of my crewmates passed away on that journey. I returned home after 4 years and only stayed a week before sailing again. My uncle died just 3 weeks later. I cherish my adventures even more now, for the thought that my uncle suffered so dearly for me to live them. I don't regret the journeys I made, but I'm exceedingly grateful for those who loved me and did their best to ensure my safe return. That's actually quite sweet. I really like that. And I think that's kind of what living your dream to a certain extent is about. Sometimes it requires sacrifices. And I guess the game kind of reminds you of that. And a lot of them seems to be about journeys. Like the air balloon lady. Or Evelina and her girlfriend, and how that is about embarking on a journey of romance. I still remember there was like a high school thing. I'm not sure what it's like in other countries, but in Australia we have the HSC, which is the high school certificate, which you get at the end of finishing your high school, thing, and it's an exam, and for it you actually get to choose your subjects. So if you don't want to do any math, or if you don't want to do any science, that's fine. I did I was a bit nutters, so like each course has assigned unit numbers. So for example, a normal English course can have 2 units, and then you could have extension English, which is 1 unit, and then you have extension 2 English, which was also another unit. So I did 4 units of English. So I did advanced English, extension 1, extension 2 English, and then I did ancient history, modern history, and extension history, and 1 unit of religion, because I went to a Catholic school. And I also did 2 units of math, which didn't even count towards my final score because I was so terrible at it. Math and I did not get along, but my dad made me do it, but whatever. So you could do anywhere between 10 units as your course intake, or you could do up to 14. So 10 is the minimum, 14 is the maximum. They don't really encourage you to do 14 because the coursework is rather difficult. I did 12, and once again, the math didn't count. I was actually thinking that one of my Englishes wouldn't count or something like that, but no, it was my math that didn't count. I failed as an Asian. It's fine. So one of the things that we did in advanced English at the time is there's a part of the coursework which is decided for the entire state. So whilst your individual schools can choose to study different books and so forth, there is one set coursework that you have to do, and that is like a theme topic sort of thing, and ours was journey or journeys. And it was all about different interpretation of journeys and what it really means. And this game would have been amazing for that topic because it's all about journeys. The protagonist is going on a journey, and it's journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of actual physical journey of actually walking around this wonderful little island, and it's also a creative journey of discovering themselves as an artist, even though I'm terrible at choosing the pictures for them. The characters are going on journeys or thinking of going on journeys, and they're experiencing the journey of life. And I really quite like that. And I hated journeys as a topic when I did it in high school, but then you hate everything in high school. But I actually used my neighbor Totoro as a part of my journeys project because why not? Anyway, moving on from my English lit days in high school. So thematically, I think the best way to describe this game is it's about journeys. It's about the dangers of journeys. It's about the discoveries, the wonders of journeys. And it's about the journey the player goes through, exploring this little world and being it's open world in a way because you get to explore at your own pace and you get to do what you want to do. You get to wander around the countryside for hours if that's what you want to do, or you could prioritize quests. And there is a guided sort of pace to the game, but at the same time you can completely ignore them and do your own thing. But there is no checkpoints, there is no tower for you to climb to discover the rest of the map. In fact, the map doesn't even really have a compass. It doesn't tell you where you are on the map. All it just tells you is the possible locations and locations that you have discovered. And there's a very real charm about that. Because of that, it seems to be very much defying the modern game expectations and genres, and there is a rebellion about it that I really, really quite adore. It seems to be saying, you know what, all of these games these days is all about combat, it's about experience points, it's all about all this. We're going to make a game that is just about a journey. It's just about a painter. You're not killing anything, you're just painting everything. There's all these crafting things you can do, but if you don't really want to craft anything, you don't really have to. You just need to be able to craft the canvases, and that's your main thing. Yes, you need to make the boat and so forth, but you can take all of the time in the world doing it. There's also no pressure to actually finish the quests. The rewards you get for finishing the quests isn't actually that fantastic. It's just some glowstones and it's just a little bit of a story that you get. And that is your reward, the story. And it's quite adorable. There's no karma system. I really like it. I really like how calming it is, how relaxing it is, how not stressed I feel playing a game. Like, Sunless Sky stresses the fuck out of me. I love it, but it stresses me out. AC Odyssey, I find the grinding a little bit annoying. I like grinding, but I do find the combat very repetitive. And I'm 82 hours into the game, and I'm finding it a little bit repetitive now. And I do find it rather difficult to play for hours on end for that reason. Mostly because it's also a single player experience. And like other games I'm playing at the moment, like Apex Legends, that's all about adrenaline rushes for very short periods of time. But this game isn't like that. This doesn't set me on an emotional roller coaster. This doesn't set me on a roller coaster of any description. It doesn't judge me for moral decisions that I may or may not make. There is no diverging storylines that I have to worry about too much. My end quest goal is very simple. The main storyline is very simple. Paint the 4 pictures that your mom wanted you to paint, and that's it. It's all about how I get there and what my experience is and what I get out of the game, which is honestly a couple of hours of just relaxation with good music and interesting characters and rather pretty, though as I said, not graphically amazing scenery to look at. And I couldn't ask more for this game, really, except for less crashing. I do really want the less crashing. That the crashing is a serious fucking issue. But anyway, I digress completely. I am so sorry. I am going to talk to this gentleman now.
Hello, name's Toma. Nice to meet you and welcome to the farm. We're the largest distributor of bloom sacks in the entire world. My old man was always proud of that. Rest his soul. Hoping my daughter, Ceilie's her name, hoping she'll take it up after me. After attending university, of course. No way she'd miss out on the adventures offered by the academy.
It would be a nice legacy, honestly. I think traditions and legacy is something that should be preserved. And she doesn't sound like she wants to completely abandon the farm, like she's thinking of like expanding the company and so forth. So I'm going to say it would be a nice legacy.
I just love this old farm. My dad built it from the ground up. I'd hate to be the last one to make use of it. Well, better get back to it. I was just taking inventory of our stores. Seems like we're missing quite a few veggies, and I've been finding apple cores everywhere. I've never heard of an animal that just leaves behind the core. And Celie hates apples, so it's not her. You let me know if you see anyone sneaking around with a bushel of fruit, alright? Nice chatting. See you.
Sure. Guessing Asim is the uncle that passed? It's not the chicken, is it? There's more chicken. Can the chickens be eating all the apples? Well, there's an apple there. Another apple there. Another apple there. I guess we might be following the paths of apples and apple cores. Apple core, apple, another apple. Just stay off the path for a sec. Okay, hang on. Before I do anything else, I'm going to save. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I'm going to have to mash together like 2 videos so far. So, yeah. I'll do the follow-up, like I'll do some of the stuff that I've already done in my own time. But I do also, I kind of want it to be organic. I kind of want to go where my feet takes me and see what happens. I didn't want to restrict it too much. Hello, you've been eating all the apples. Yes. You're right. You've got a lot of apples here. Did you steal the fruit from Thomas' farm?
Please don't tell.
Oh.
Please don't tell.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to. We need to figure out where these kids are. How do we find the parents for these kids? Lost children is a serious issue. I don't want them to get in trouble. I don't think Tom is the type to get upset that they've been eating his apples if they're lost and scared. So I'm going to go and tell him, but I do also need to make sure that they can find their home and isn't lost for like forever. I mean, this forest could be the perfect place for like slender to happen. Where's Toma? 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 Oh, he's sleeping. That's not very helpful, Toma. Oh, it is quite late at night. I guess it's reasonable for you to be asleep. Well, I guess I could set up tent and go to sleep for a bit and then wake up. But I don't really want to do that. I guess I'll explore a little bit in the meantime. See if there's another quest I can stumble onto. See, what's this tea I've got? Drinks. Walker's tea. Okay. I don't want to drink any of those teas. I should go and do some more fishing too. So many things to do for such a little game. I think I've got a lot of bait for the fish. I mean, the fishing mechanic isn't perfect, but I do quite like it. I like fishing in most games. I think one game I don't particularly like fishing is Stardew Valley. Just probably because I'm rubbish at it. It's all timing aspect I'm terrible at. Stardew Valley is like my choice of a relaxation game. Usually while I'm lying in bed. I find the game to be like a good way to sort of end the day. Just do a day or two in the farm. And then I can fall asleep. Very relaxing. Now, is there anything else I can do? 12:20 a.m. Time is passing. Not a lot. Alright, I'm not going to make you wait with me. I'll just wander about and make the time pass. And then I'll see you when it's time to report back to Toma. Oh wow. This is like a black beach. It's rather beautiful. I stumbled onto it. I was just trying to pass some time. And yet I found something beautiful and interesting. So I decided to show you guys. I don't think I can go any further. Maybe? No, I don't think I can go any further than that. That's fine. I can go back up where I came, I think. I mean, I can always make the boat and just travel around. Might do that, actually. Yeah, that's where I can't go any further. Might make my boat, my reed boat. Oh, that is a lot better than it was before. I don't exactly know where I'm going with this boat right now, but I'm just gonna travel along this little bit here and see what happens. But whilst I do that, I am going to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this chapter. I do apologize for the crash, but unfortunately it's not something I have much control over. I do apologize for not saving all that often though, because that would have solved a lot of the problems we're having. But hopefully I will learn to do that. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day.